Dungeons & Dragons was filmed in front of a live studio audience. This is 1983's Quest of the Skeleton Warrior. I believe this is episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe? And this is going to be my commentary from a storyboarder's point of view. I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. Hopefully you can still hear everything. The normal opening, no change here. This is season 1. And this episode contains several monsters from the Monster Manual and the Fiend Folio, which is 1981. Which I guess I can mention them now. Why not? While this regular thing is happening. Let me check I got my big spreadsheet here, which I made and is available to anyone who wants to see it. What the monsters used in the various episodes were. So, Quest of the Skeleton Warrior, episode 9, yes. I think Spectre, Banshee, Skeleton Warrior, Sheet Phantom, and Giant Eagle. Dungeons and Dragons. This is written by Buzz Dixon. He wrote for Batman the Animated Series, Conan the Adventurer, Gem, Visionaries, and Inhumanoids. I wonder if I should rewatch. I don't know if I ever watched Conan the Adventurer when it was actually on TV. Nice establishing shot of the sky.
Yes, Master. After all these centuries.
Ooh, mysterious. This is Dechyon. Clearly voiced by Frank Welker.
Beyond our reach in the lost tower of the celestial knights. Only one who is pure of heart, one who could be a celestial knight, may enter the tower and survive its test of courage. But since you will never release me from your spell,
I like the full gloves on the skeletal arms. I imagine drawing skeleton fingers would be annoying. Nice lightning transition. Always good. Here we see our kids already in peril. Well, moving forward off the bridge, probably. That's, as they always do, every single episode, they put in Presto's screaming for Bobby. I don't know why they didn't get like a Bobby screaming. And just use that. Dungeon Master shows up and the wind immediately stops.
Ahead of you stands the Lost Tower, and in it you may
Formerly Lost Tower, I guess, would probably be more appropriate.
Oh wow! Way back? Really?
What's the catch this time, your shortness?
To gain this power, you must first overcome that which you fear the most. You must defeat the enemy within yourselves.
Mustn't we all?
What does that mean?
He's not
It means you're going to therapy. This is one of my favorite episodes.
He's gone.
I think it's a great story. I used to think that it was suitable to be adapted to a Dungeons & Dragons episode. To an adventure, a playable adventure. Which I tried to do once. Yes. Losing the glasses, important story point.
I can get lost in a closet.
As Presto says here.
Come on, what are you waiting for? You heard what Hank said.
Ooh, grabby hands. Dechyon has his right eye. Much like my dog, actually. He's missing his left eye. Just attack him. Just shoot. The shield kind of worked there. A weird little, Frank Welker obviously let out one big, and then they cut it in half. They cut the audio file in half because he took a break. Some weird audio distortion. I love this gag. It's that line was not in the original script. That was a nice. I don't know if it was ad lib or thrown in by the writers later, or story editor maybe. Oh, luckily Bobby didn't get stabbed.
All right. Then what did you grab me for, Bone Brain?
I merely
Oh, brother.
cast magic missile.
Me too.
There's a lot of terror going around.
Okay, talk. But for now, we'll hold on to your sword.
Transitioning from the. I would have started on the fire instead of panning down from the sky. Start on the fire and
Oh, yeah? What instrument
not
do you
pan
play?
down, but tilt.
Fighting the evil forces of this world.
Sure you did.
The others are gone.
Eric is great.
I fell under the spell
Nice
of the evil wizard.
saving some animation by using the shadow there.
Only by regaining the circle of power, the celestial knights most powerful.
Ooh, a little nice parallax on those rocks, on those foreground rocks. Moving them to the side as you kind of
The spell forbids
push
me to
in.
enter.
Something I do in storyboarding quite a lot.
Master said we'd find a way home.
Oh, stop her, Hank.
It was
I
kind of a
think she
weird
actually
cut.
wants us to help this weirdo.
I think she wants to help this guy so we can
Zoom
get
in
home,
to
Eric.
Hank.
Any objections?
Well,
And then
I...
a couple weird cuts there.
Whenever
Not
you're
too bad,
ready, Dechyon.
Take your sword.
Whenever you're ready, Dekkion.
Here we see the mist is clearing.
A lost tower.
This is what we call a banana pan. So we started at the bottom, the perspective's going down, and then the camera moves up, and then as it passes, looking up,
Okay, Dechyon.
the top of the tower gets skinnier off in the distance. So when you draw that, it's called a banana pan. Now if you Google that, if you Google banana pan, you're not going to find what I'm talking about. You're going to find pans for making banana bread, probably.
That's impossible. It's bigger inside than outside.
It's like a TARDIS.
Now that's magic.
Doctor, what year is this? 1983. Doctor Who would have been on its 20th season. Tom Baker years.
Ruins to the east.
So yeah, there's a establishment for
Come on,
that.
guys. The sooner we go in, the sooner we go home.
You mean if old Bone Breath knows what he's talking about?
This place
That was a weird jump cut
Yeah.
where the characters were in the same spot, between transitioning between two different scenes.
Get out of here.
Some kind of gargoyle-like. I don't know if these are would be the monster gargoyle or just like an animated statue, because gargoyles are in D&D. I think they're actually like living creatures that look like stone. Oh, a little bit of a panty shot on Sheila there. So that was the same. That was obviously the same voice record of him yelling Sheila. They repeated it twice, and then for the third time they repeated it, they pitched it down.
Bobby? Hank?
The set reminds me of the movie Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson. She goes into that weird place that's just like black water and nothing in the background. It's pretty cool.
Sheila?
Sheila? Sheila?
Walking cycle.
Poor Bobby.
You keep an eye on him.
This is what you never do in this is why these kids never actually played Dungeons and Dragons in the real world, because if they had, they would know not to split the party. Because of course this Lost Tower is going to split the party for them.
What happened to Eric and Presto?
You and that stupid hat. Ow! What genius stuck a tree in the middle of the hallway?
Eric, I think the tree's
How they made his face red for just a brief second after he hit that tree. Just ever so slightly.
Find a way back back to the others.
There's a weird Dr. Seuss perspective in design in this this section of the Lost Tower with Hank the leader. I like this story because it's fantasy, it's a cartoon, you can do whatever you want, and they kind of ran with it. It's magic. Why not lean into that?
Face it, Presto, you're a first-class nerd. That's
So in
why
the
people are
script,
always laughing at you.
Eric actually calls him a goof, not a nerd. Okay, so here's our monster. Here's our first monster. This is from the Fiend Filler. This is a sheet phantom. You would never know that looking from the... Here, maybe I can grab it for you. Here's the... oops. There's the sheet phantom from the Fiend Filler. It has a face. And now these are... They're not called out in the episode, but these are banshees. There's a banshee called. It falls under groaning spirit in the monster manual. And now, of course, Presto has lost his glasses, just as we knew he would, because he said those glasses were so important to him in the first act. And now we have passed the commercial break. Probably the animators were like, so the director says, so for this scene, you have to draw the characters 7 times from different angles. And the animators were like, oh, oy, oy, oy. This monster is the, I thought it was a Grimlock when I first saw this cartoon. Oh, and there's a nice parallax of our 2 main characters as again, the same thing as you zoom in, the characters on either side parallax out, and that creates the illusion of camera movement and depth.
I can't hold my javelin. I'm too weak.
She looks like a troll there. And so these are specters. They're not Grimlocks, they're specters. And also, another story point in the script, earlier on, Eric called Bobby a baby. Said, quit acting. Oh, hang on a second. Okay, hang on. I got to freeze on something that just happened. Let me go back a bit.
Oh, and the dream's getting worse.
There we go. My God, look at that head. What can I say about that? I don't think that was on purpose. I think it was supposed to be like, we're going to do a weird perspective thing, so his arms and his legs will be closer to camera. It didn't really work that way.
Sure hope you were worth the trouble.
And there it is. The circle piece is just hanging out. So anyhow, as I was saying, Eric called Bobby a baby, and Bobby had a strong reaction to that. He's like, I'm not a baby. Don't call me a baby. And so that's kind of why that telegraphs the... But they cut that out. It was in the script, but not in the... Oh no, the Palantir. There's in the script when to get to the Circle of Power, he was supposed to fight a Merilith demon, if you know what that is from the Monster Manual.
Ever since we came to this world, I've been afraid I'd fail like the... Wait! That's what
And she
Dungeon
kept
Master
commanding
meant.
commanding Hank to look into the Palantir and see his failure, because that was his biggest fear, failing his friends, not being a good leader.
We gotta fight back. It's not real.
Then I'm not alone.
Right.
Then I'm not afraid.
So I like this episode, but there's a bunch of stuff that they cut out that I think would have made this a stronger episode. And here's another one of these points coming up. The Banshees are attacking.
Why should I be scared just because I lost my glasses?
Who cares about your glasses? I lost my whole face.
Well, maybe I can find it.
And Eric was supposed to be more active with his shield to protect Presto.
Hey,
But instead it just kind of happens accidentally.
Wait, now let's find my face. Presto, quick! Pull
Just
some
happens to be in the
wood
way.
off that dumb hat like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, Abracadabra, United States Navy.
Abracadabra. United States Navy. Nice special effects. And donk.
I did it.
Banshees can't get through
Better already.
the
Doesn't look any better. Eric.
HY80 steel. Okay, there's a weird technical. Let's. I wanna go back again to that.
Well, you don't look any better.
When
Eric.
right there, they switch places for a second. I assume that's a production error. I don't know why that would be otherwise.
I'm never gonna let my face out of my sight again.
Bobby! Bobby!
Just stop being afraid.
Diana, can you hear us?
Bobby, listen.
They want you to be scared. Don't give in to fear.
Yeah.
I feel like
We can beat 'em.
if there was more echo on those voices, it would. One of the weaknesses of this series, I think, is the audio production. I think it could have been better. It's not bad, but it could have been better.
Bobby!
There's always like
Why?
Here's what we came for.
too much
the circle
audio
of
over
power.
top of other audio at the same volume levels,
Let's go find Dechyon. Wait a minute. there's
which
no way
is
home.
something that I think
Give it to
Filmation
Dekkion. How do we know
cartoons
we'll get it
suffered from a lot as well, and really turned me off of those. But other things turned me off of Filmation besides the audio levels. So now here we are.
Dechyon.
Have you succeeded? Have you blocked the circle of power?
Back.
Do not be hasty, Venger.
Do not be hasty.
Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master's ready to.
That would be unwise, Dechyon. I will allow the young
So,
ones to make the choice.
Dechyon has the left eye, and he has the the right eye and the right shoulder pad,
The battle-weary celestial knights were betrayed. by
which
one of their
is
own.
one of the
A young
tenets of
knight
character
named
design, and I've said this before,
Dechyon was promised a
is
king's
asymmetry.
treasure.
So
In
if you're designing a
exchange
character,
for
if you want to make it
leading the knights
interesting,
into a trap.
this is why Venger has one horn on one side. This is why Warduke has like patchwork armor.
I'm a liar, and I have suffered for it.
Great for design, but a bane to animators and storyboard artists when they have to flip a scene.
And their evil will never end.
In the script,
The circle is broken.
this whole thing, Dechyon has suffered an interaction with Dechyon and Dungeon Master and the
I don't
kids.
know. Dungeon Master,
There's a
what did you
flashback
do? Huh?
of Dekyon's betraying the rest of the Celestial Knights. And there's supposed to be this giant battle between the Celestial Knights on their warbirds, which are the giant eagles, versus Venger and Orc Lancers riding pterodactyls, which would have been awesome.
Feel the circle's power.
The circle's power in this case, I feel, is like basically the same as stuff Venger can already do, which is, energy blasts.
You did not bring me the circle, Dechyon. I seized it myself. I owe you nothing. But soon you shall have 6 more.
No, he's going to be
skeleton
sneaky.
warriors to keep you
It's hard to be sneaky when your weapon glows when you're about to fire it. Here's, oh my god, just the flesh melting off his face. It looks like the flesh is melting off his face, but he'll be fine. Don't worry, kids. The spell is broken. I guess that was the Circle of Power's actual power, not so much just the energy blasts, but the
Thanks.
turning
Thanks is mine, my friend.
turning regular folks into skeletons.
Show you what I must do.
Dekyon's like, all right, I'm gonna be a Celestial Knight again. It's my redemption arc. This is my redemption arc, people. That's pretty cool. They spend a bit of money on that shot with the lasers and the little bits flying. And this is all just standard Dungeons and Dragons, Venger, shooting lasers, blocking lasers.
What did Dungeon Master say? Who cares? No, listen.
But you,
Won't end until
Ricochet.
the circle's broken. That's it.
a little zoom in. A zoom into the thing and then a cut. Like, why do you cut? Why do you cut to almost the exact same angle and the same framing? Like, just... I'm not the director. I'm just some storyboard dude. Here we go. Changing, it's a different direction now. It changed screen direction on him. This is cool. This is nice. I feel like these guys should actually lose their hats. But then you have to track, for all the rest of the scenes, you have to track who's wearing a hat and who's not wearing a hat. So they always like to have them. No, hold on to their hats. Keep their hats on their heads. He makes a horrible noise as he is transformed back into his human form because the circle is broken. He's just been carrying that shell this whole time. Luckily it didn't break. Well, it's probably magic. Uni being afraid of giant eagles, and who wouldn't? Probably giant eagles. Oh, they attack only evil. They wouldn't attack a unicorn unless it was an evil unicorn. I love that eagle's face. It's very like... You have helped me break Venger's evil spell. And Frank Welker has changed his voice a little bit.
It's less like this. It's less like this. I'm the skeleton warrior.
And more like regular Frank Welker, but still not. Still a bit of a character. And a nice into the sunset glow behind them, blinding light of the sun behind them. Here's the denouement explaining what happened in the episode. Some exposition.
What do you know? This place is your home. Stupid unicorn.
Stupid unicorn.
I said I like my uniform.
I said I like my uniform. Also not in the script. Some of the best lines, usually from Eric, and usually not in the original script. So, hey, thanks for joining me. What's the next episode? Let's go. Come here. Can I go back to the? Let's go back to the menu and see what next week's next episode is. I can show you while I'm here. I can show you the here's the skeleton warrior from the Fiend Folio. Yeah, this is from the Fiend Folio. The amazing Russ Nicholson art, which is all over the Fiend Folio. And then did I show you the Spectre? Here's the Spectre. Doesn't really look like what was in the cartoon. It's for one, it's transparent or translucent. So that was Quest of the Skeleton Warrior. Next one would be Garden of Zin, episode 10. In an unsuccessful attempt to catch food, Bobby is bitten by a dragon turtle and poisoned. So that's fun. We get to see Queen Zin. She's an interesting character. We get to see some... I'm going to mute this for a second. I'll just pause it. We get to see some Phantom Stalkers, which is a great monster design, which I... hey, that reminds me, check out my 20-minute monster series right here on this channel, where I go through the Monster Manual and the Fiend Folio, and the Monster Manual 2 is the one I'm working on, and try to draw a monster from each letter of the alphabet in 20 minutes. And I've inserted several monsters and characters from the D&D cartoon in so doing. So hey, do the liking, do the subscribing, visit me on torenatkinson.bsky.social, and I'll put a bunch of links in the doobly-doo. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the internet. Stop recording!